Among Cartoon Network's most iconic and beloved series sits the Amazing World of Gumball, a chaotic masterpiece that reigns supreme in the realm of animated comedy. It revolves around a peculiar family, a chubby rabbit father, a factory-working cat mother, and their two children, a bunny and a half-cat hybrid, who attend a wildly surreal school inhabited by an enormous T-Rex, a ghost inside a peanut shell, a banana, and even an upside-down human chin. But how did this wildly imaginative show rise to become not only one of Cartoon Network's top 3 hits but also a global favorite? The journey starts with its creator, Ben Bocquelet, born in 1980 in France, where he spent his early years. After finishing high school, he followed his passion into the world of animation, enrolling at a school in Angoulême to study both 2D and 3D animation techniques. Upon graduating, he moved to London, convinced that the UK held more promise in the animation industry than his home country. His professional path began at Studio AKA, a British animation company mainly known for commercials. Ironically, the mastermind behind Gumball launched his career crafting ad campaigns, most of which were constantly turned down. Ben later described this phase as a chain of disappointments, possibly due to his distinct artistic style clashing with advertising norms. Yet he held fast to his belief in something greater and chose to leave Studio AKA in pursuit of something new. In 2007, his old employer mentioned that Cartoon Network was about to open its first European production studio, set in London, to develop original animated content for regions like Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. By chance, Ben was already based in that very city, and he quickly applied. Surprisingly, Cartoon Network brought him on board despite his lack of prominent achievements, reflecting the network's willingness to gamble on fresh talent with bold ideas. Ben started out helping others as a development assistant, assisting in polishing their animation concepts through critique and design work. But deep down, he yearned to create something truly his. Fully aware of the stiff competition and his lack of industry recognition, he knew his idea had to be completely unorthodox. Revisiting his old sketchbooks from his time at Studio AKA, he compiled rejected character designs of various styles, 2D, 3D, stop motion, and placed them over a real photograph of a schoolyard. This chaotic mix inspired the notion of a rehabilitation school for discarded fictional characters. When he pitched it, however, Cartoon Network's VP of Development, Daniel Leonard, turned it down, feeling it was too bleak and could come off as insensitive to actual special education institutions. Still, some of those initial themes later resurfaced in Gumball, such as The Void, where erased characters go, or Rob's mission to reshape the cartoon universe. Following this, Ben adjusted his concept into a brighter, more universally appealing story while keeping the quirky characters. Instead of a dark premise, he reframed it as a light-hearted comedy about two brothers navigating life in a city full of eccentric beings. This time, Cartoon Network said yes. A traditional studio might have scoffed at the idea of dinosaurs, toast, ghosts, and paper cutouts coexisting, but Cartoon Network embraced the oddity. This support allowed Ben to incorporate his eclectic range of character designs into the show's distinctive multimedia style, blending 2D, CGI, and stop-motion animation. The Watterson family wasn't created randomly. Ben drew directly from real life. Richard is named after his actual father, Nicole is his mom's name, Anais is the name of his younger sister, and Gumball represents Ben himself as a child. The name Gumball was chosen for its whimsical, nostalgic vibe, far more suitable for a kid's show than Ben Bocquelet. As for Darwin, he wasn't modeled on a blood relative but rather Ben's childhood best friend, Paul, who was so close he practically lived with them. This inspired the idea of Darwin, a goldfish who evolves into a sentient companion. The name likely nods to Charles Darwin, alluding to this metamorphosis. Ben also drew influence from the comics he adored as a child, especially Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson, whose surname he borrowed for Gumball's family as a tribute. Each supporting character was carefully crafted to match their design. Tina's dinosaur fierceness made her the school bully, the balloon was lighthearted, the paper was fragile and emotional, the ghost was morose, and the donut-loving officer played on classic cliches. After Ben's revised concept was greenlit, Cartoon Network required a pilot to prove he could animate this diverse cast into a coherent episode. With his own funds, Ben produced the pilot in 2008 at Germany's Studio Soy. The episode featured Gumball and Darwin trying to escape school and introduced many staple characters: Tina, Carmen, Alan, Masami, Leslie, Rocky, Terry, Ocho, Banana Joe, and Hector. It proved Ben's wild concept could work, and Cartoon Network approved a full season. This marked the first European original production for the network. Despite the enormous cost and manpower it required, the network doubled down and even approved a second season before the first one aired. The show finally premiered on May 3, 2011, and rapidly became a cultural phenomenon, running for 6 seasons and leaving its mark both internationally and across the Arab world. Ben's story is a testament to perseverance. He didn't bury his earlier failures. He used them as a foundation for success. Far from being a prodigy or industry icon, he was an ordinary individual who encountered rejection and frustration but pushed forward regardless. What gave Gumball its unique edge wasn't just the comedy or visuals, but the passion and creative risk behind it. Cartoon Network deserves credit, too, for fostering that risk-taking environment. The show broke conventions, resonated with audiences emotionally, and dared to stand out. Even after the official series ended, its legacy continued to grow, and now a full-length movie and a new season are on the way. Whether these new entries will honor the spirit of the original or simply ride its success remains to be seen. Be sure to stay tuned, we'll be covering every update about Gumball's return. Tell us which cartoon origin story you'd love to explore next. See you next time.